The 2021-2022 NBA season has been, to put it mildly, odd for Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. They have struggled mightily in the postseason. It is still the case because he is still unable to play in home games and would not even be able to participate in a play-in game against the Toronto Raptors on the road in the play-in tournament. As a result of James Harden's departure from the Brooklyn Nets, the team would be without an additional superstar to play alongside Kevin Durant when Irving is ineligible to participate. When Ben Simmons is back in shape to the point where he is able to participate in games, he will be a valuable asset in several areas. However, he is in no way comparable to Harden. There is no getting around the fact that the Nets require Irving's services, yet there is still no resolution to the current situation. The Nets' primary focus this season is on winning the NBA championship and advancing to the finals, but what happens after the season is not something that should be neglected. This winter, Irving will be eligible for unrestricted free agency, and he will have no shortage of choices available to him if he decides to take the plunge and test the waters of the NBA free agent waters. Will he want to return to the Brooklyn Nets? So let's take a look at 3 potential landing destinations for Kyrie Irving in NBA free agency, given the fact that the Brooklyn Nets star is now without a contract deal. At number 3, the Dallas Mavericks. If Kyrie Irving were interested in entertaining the Dallas Mavericks, they would have much to offer him despite the fact that they are not located in one of the glamour markets like New York, Los Angeles, or Miami, as they are in the other 3. For starters, being able to play alongside an outstanding player such as Luka Doncic would be an intimidating 1-2 punch for rival teams to contend with on the court. When Doncic is surrounded by capable threats who can attack off the bounce, it becomes practically hard for a defense to contain him effectively. We've already seen how important it is to have a secondary ball handler next to Doncic when Spencer Dinwiddie or Jalen Brunson are on the floor. Consider what might happen if a talent of Irving's ability were to take on that responsibility. The fact that the Mavericks are based in the state of Texas, where there is no state income tax, definitely helps their cause. However, while same might be stated about the Florida clubs, there does not seem to be any reason to believe that they will be an alternative in the near future. Of course, we shouldn't overlook the fact that there are no vaccination requirements in Dallas that would prevent Irving from suiting up for the Mavericks this season. Of course, that should alter before the start of next season, but there would be no need to be concerned about it becoming a problem in the long run. At number 2, the New York Knicks. The possibility of Kyrie Irving moving across New York City to play for the Knicks after previously rejecting them in favor of joining the Brooklyn Nets would be a bizarre twist to this scenario. Playing through the COVID-19 pandemic, on the other hand, has resulted in a slew of bizarre events. If Irving decides that he wants to stay in New York but does not want to be a member of the Nets, the Knicks could be an interesting option for him to consider. After a disappointing experience with Kemba Walker at point guard, they still require a long-term solution at the position. With RJ Barrett set to be the focal point of the Knicks team building efforts moving ahead, teaming him with a talented player like Irving would be an intriguing method to relieve some of the load on him while also boosting the half-court offense as a whole. In such a scenario, Julius Randle may become disposable since the Knicks would have a top-tier alternative to choose from and would no longer be forced to wait for things to turn around with him as they are currently. The failure to resolve the vaccine mandate situation in New York City would make none of these proposals relevant, but once again, there's no reason to believe that this will be a factor beyond this season at the earliest. And at number 1, the Brooklyn Nets. It has proven to be a significant hurdle for Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets to handle the New York City COVID vaccine regulation. However, it's impossible to see any of this playing a role in the NBA season opener in late October in 2022 through 2023, which will take place in Los Angeles. For a point guard, it's tough to imagine a greater co-star than Kevin Durant, who is one of the best players in the NBA, maybe one of the best players that we've ever seen. When teams have to pile on him on defense, it makes everything simpler for everyone else around him. So why would he want to leave? Due to the absence of James Harden from the offense and the subsequent substitution of Ben Simmons, the Nets will be forced to showcase Irving with Durant on a regular basis. As a result, he will be able to take on the position of co-star that he had agreed to. When you consider Brooklyn's shortcomings in perimeter shooting and interior defense, there are some legitimate concerns about the supporting cast that the team has assembled. Recruiting 3-star salaries to fill out a supporting cast might be very difficult. It is possible that the Nets organization will continue to be hesitant about being long-term partners with Irving on the contract extension that he wishes to get. This would be the most significant disadvantage for Irving. Assuming they are unwilling to provide him the bargain that he desires, looking elsewhere becomes increasingly enticing. The rest of this season also plays a major role in where Kyrie Irving will choose to play. If the Brooklyn Nets go on a major postseason run, look for him to resign and come back to join Durant. If not, he may move on and choose to play elsewhere. Where do you guys think Kyrie Irving will go and play? Do you think he'll play for any of these three teams next year? Let us know your opinions in the comment section down below. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.